Okay, as a young boy at school, I appeared in a play for the school, in the school play, and I was asked to be in it by my drama teacher. I'd never done any drama before then, really. It was called The Dracula Spectacular, which is a great young person's thing. So I had to tap dance and do a rock and roll number in a glitter suit, but I was Dracula. And all this is marvellous, so I started wanting to be an actor, and I went to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art to learn to be an actor, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I played lots of different parts, came out of drama school, worked as an actor for 5, 6, 7 years, and I found acting as a profession a little bit limiting. I'm very tall, I'm 6'4", and I was always playing policeman. I was always having people down the station so fast that feet wouldn't touch the ground in various TV programmes that I thought, I'm not sure I totally want to do this. So I started writing my own material, which I got onto radio and presenting it as well, or performing it, and then onto TV, and then wrote for theatre as well. Set up a theatre company that produced new plays, brand new plays, which was great. That's a really, really hard question. What I would say to that is when you're working on a particular piece, at the time, that is the best thing you've ever written. There are things I'm really proud of, but I'm proud of everything I've done. I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't have totally bought into it and done it to the best of my ability. There's a series I worked on called Leonardo, which I particularly like, about Leonardo da Vinci. And the reason I love that so much is because it's full of obviously drama and conflict and love and hate and passion, but also we took the inventions of Leonardo da Vinci and imagined that they actually were realised rather than just drawn on paper. But you know, whilst you're working on something, it's the best thing ever. There are two places you can start. The first place you'll start is you'll go, oh, there's a story there somewhere. Just from something you've seen in your daily life, basically, something you've observed. You go, oh, there is a story there. So that's the first place. The second place you'll start is there's an emotional response to something. You'll be angry about something or intrigued by something. And so that's an emotional pull towards something. So there's an intellectual pull of like, oh, there's a story there somewhere. And there's an emotional pull of like, I want to do something about this. I'm useless apart from writing, so I'm going to write about it. That's what I'm going to do. That's what will show this situation to be the farrago that it is. If I write about it and not criticise it, but expose it. And by exposing, I don't mean that's a bad thing. Shine light on it, shed light on it. So those are the two areas. Those are the two starting points, if you will. Intellectual or emotional. I get it from watching people, listening to people, watching situations and listening to situations and understanding those situations. It links to the last answer, actually. It also comes from the desire to tell a story. You want to examine or explore a facet of human nature or of how we behave and things we do. And you then are inspired to do that by the subsequent investigation into what that world is and how it works and how it fits together. Finishing it. That's quite an easy one to answer. Finishing, sometimes it's funny, some days you have days where you start and it's difficult and you crank out a line and you fiddle with that line and you change it and you bring another. Those days are torture. They are literally torturous. I find them torturous. Days where you write something and you get to the end of the day and think, do you know what? That's really good. And you feel really thrilled with yourself. You feel, it's a high. It is a genuine high. You think, wow, I love what, and you read it back and it still works, and you read it back the next day and it still works. And it makes you feel really, really good. And that would be my favourite part, where you think, it might just be one line, one phrase, but you think, that works beautifully. That's my favourite part.